Are you a real estate agent looking to get consistent listings that come in and month out by doing direct mail into a geographic farm? Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Mike Cerrone with Mastermind Agent, and welcome to Agent Lead Talk, where we share what the top real estate agents in the country are doing to generate consistent flows of home buyer and home seller leads into their practices every day. These are proven methods that the top agents are actually using. Now, I've had the honor of speaking with hundreds of top agents who close up to 50, 100, 200, 300, even 500 homes per year. And through a special project, I asked them to come in and share one of their best lead generation methods. Today, we're going to talk about one of those methods. Let's jump in. Geographic farming is one of those old ideas that worked very well in the past, fell out of favor when the internet came on, and is now coming back strong. Why is that happening? Let's talk about this. So one of the ideas is that geographic farming has always been a great idea because you become an expert in a very narrow niche, and people love to hire an expert. Not only do they love to hire them, they like to pay them a premium. Think about any other part of your life when you go out to get something. If you can find the expert, somebody who knows a lot more than anyone else in that area, you're willing to pay them more. And in fact, you're probably going to search them out. You probably don't want an auto mechanic to rip out your teeth when you have a cavity, right? You want a dentist and hopefully someone who's already done this a lot so that they can do it properly and gently. That's just a quick idea. Well, the same thing in real estate, right? You don't want somebody that knows how to sell properties in Alberta, Canada, to be selling your house sitting there in Dallas, Texas. You want an agent that's in Dallas, Texas, and hopefully knows your neighborhood better than anybody else. So that's the beauty of geographic farming, is you become an expert and people love to hire an expert. So what you're going to do with the geographic farm is you're going to, first of all, before I get into any of that, let's talk about where this is coming from. This idea is coming from Lee Brown. She's a top agent out in Concord, North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and she is a phenomenal agent. She has a great track record. She sold 213 homes in 1 year. So I only like to talk to people that are successful and use their models to share with you, right? A lot of people like to talk about what they think would work. Lee actually is out there making it work. So that's why I want to talk about her model and what she's doing. But back to geographic farming and generics, and then we'll get into the specifics of what Lee is doing. So geographic farming, you want to pick an area, geographic area to work. It's usually best if you pick a subdivision or maybe a condo complex, something where the homes have something in common and they're close geographically. The reason that you want it close geographically is for mail outs. If you're going to do bulk mail, which is an older way, and now a newer way called EDDM, which is every door direct mail. Every door direct mail will save you a lot in postage, and you got to that's your biggest expense, is getting this message out to the right people frequently. And so you want to make sure that you're thinking about this as you're setting up your geographic farm or your area that you're going to become an expert in. You might even want to go to the post office and ask them, what are your postal routes? Because they do these, that every door direct goes out by postal route. You don't even have to put anything specific on the piece that's going to be sent out anymore, because they just put it in everybody's box on that route. Okay, so you may want to become an expert in that particular area, and you're getting the idea now. All right, so how big of a farm do you do? As big as you can get to start and be consistent. So a lot of agents usually start with maybe 500 piece farm, and they go up from there. I used to have one that was 35,000. They can get pretty darn big if you go out that route. But most agents are probably in the 500 to 1,000, 2,000 range, and they're, again, starting off. You could start off with a couple hundred if that's what your budget is. The key is to be consistent. You don't want to just send out once and not do it again. It's not going to work, or not work very well at all. You want to be consistent. And that's something that Lee shares with us, by the way, is how often you should go out with your message. And the frequency is key to staying in front of people and showing that you're the expert. Her recommendation is to go out once every 21 days. So remember that number, 3 weeks or 21 days. You want to go out every 21 days to stay in front of people so they don't forget you. She's based that off of studies that she's read and her own experience. Here's another really cool tip, by the way, is the 8x8 method. This goes back a long ways, but they've done studies where if you can get in front of people once a week for 8 weeks in a row, you become cemented in their mind. You move up in their mind in the hierarchy of whatever you're promoting. In this case, real estate services, you're going to move to the top of the list in their mind if you can be consistent like that. So it's a big shot of adrenaline there. And then you got to keep that thing going by going out every 21 days, right? So that's kind of the schedule that you should be looking at. And again, it comes back to the size of that farm, right? So if you cannot keep up the intensity for 8 weeks in a row, you might want to make your farm smaller so that you can. Much better to do smaller and more frequently than large and only go out once every 6 months. Nobody's going to know who you are. It's not going to work. All right. So hope that's been helpful to get kind of that big basic idea of what your farm should look like, how often you're going to go out to them. And how you're going to go out to them, right? You're going to go out through this every door direct mail if you can because it's so inexpensive. Pick an area, by the way, that you like, the kind of homes that you like, the kind of people that you want to work with, and you can move your average price point up by picking a different area. So if you typically work with first-time home buyers and you want to move into the middle of the market, start promoting into the middle of the market, become an expert there. If you're already in the middle and you want to become a luxury, go ahead and start promoting there. And by the way, you can start wherever you want. I've heard so many stories over the years. For instance, they say, well, you can't go luxury if you're a brand new agent. Yes, you can. You can't go luxury if you're young. Yes, you can. I know all kinds of agents who have done that successfully. So you do whatever kind of thing you want. Or maybe you want to go intentionally into the first-time market because there's a lot of people that buy first-time homes. Completely up to you. What you're doing with this concept, though, is you're generating a consistent source of listings. Mailboxes were really getting filled up in the 80s and the 90s, mainly because real estate agents and others that were promoting like crazy. The internet came on strong by the 2000s, and that kind of fizzled out. So now there's a lot of space left in those mailboxes where you can now go back in and grab some market share while everybody else is playing on the internet. A lot of agents doing this in a big, big way. Okay, Lee Brown's doing it, and we're going to talk about her method, which is really cool. All right, so I gave you kind of her basic outline of what to do and where. Here's what you're going to send, right? What do you send? First of all, you could send out a newsletter. You could send out an envelope with something inside. But the best thing that's already opened and exposed and people can read is a postcard. Postcards get read because they're already open. Your message is going to get there quick because it's already there. They may throw it in the trash can, but they saw your message. They saw your face. Put your face on your postcard, by the way, your face and your company name, your logo, things that they can identify with quickly, and make sure that it is there. Also on that postcard, make sure that you use a color on one side. Make sure it's nice and colored so it's grabbing attention. Other things that you want to do, one of the most valuable things that you can give to somebody in a neighborhood is market statistics. They all want to know, what did the house down the street sell for? You probably want to know that. If you've been in your house any length of time, you want to know what the house down the road sold for, and you're a real estate agent. You have access to the MLS and everything. These people don't. I know they can go online and they can pull stats and stuff, but look, they want something quick and easy. They don't want to mess around online. They just want a quick answer. Don't you? I want a quick answer when I talk to a professional, an expert, and that's what they want from you. So give them a quick stats on their neighborhood. They're going to read that and go, oh, I didn't know that the Jones sold for $583,000. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know my home had gone up that much. Cool. Maybe you spark something in them. Now they want to move along with you. So again, a great thing to send out to them is these market stats on their area. Another great one to send out are offers to do an evaluation for them. I know that they're common now, but think about this. You're being very targeted now. You're going right down into their neighborhood. And now it has a lot more specificity to them. Those are great things to do. Just listed, just sold cards. The activity that you're doing in the neighborhood is also very powerful as well. So the key is to make sure that you're putting something in front of them that has your name, your picture on it, and it's something of value, something that has some worth, like information. And information is extremely valuable, right? Or an offer to help do a service for them. Get those things out every 21 days, and you're going to be amazed. Now, with geographic farming, just in general, it's going to take a little while to get up and running. You may hit something early, but it's probably going to take a month or 2 or 3 to get rolling, and by 6 months, you're probably going to be doing really well in a year, and it just kind of builds from there because your reputation builds in that market. So be sure that you're in it for the long haul. That's why I highly recommend you don't get too big of a area first. Keep that area small. Well, I hope that this has been helpful for you and that you get out there and do some geographic farming, because it's an amazing way to get a consistent source, a consistent flow of listings into your practice. Well, do you like this lead generation idea? Want to hear exactly how to do it directly from the top agent who mastered it? Check out RealGTV, Real Estate Agent Lead Generation Television. Basically, it's a huge database of training videos where the top agents in the nation describe their best lead generation methods. Many share scripts, role play, show marketing samples and demonstrations. Basically, it's a proven lead generation library. If you want to create your own lead flow machine, just like top agents, consider joining RealGTV. Hit the pause button, open an internet browser, and type in RealGTV. That's REALG.TV, Real Estate Agent Lead Generation Television, and check it out. And if you're tired of buying leads and want to find out the top 5 free lead sources that top agents are using to get new leads into their practices every day for free, download the free report at freeleadlist.com. Just go to freeleadlist.com and get your copy today. Do it now and find out exactly how the top agents are getting free leads. Well, thanks for hanging out with me on Agent Lead Talk. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now so that you'll be notified when the next episode comes out and we talk about the latest lead generation method to get more leads into your practice every day. Keep moving forward.